Our next comic, we're just rolling on through at the moment. Give it up for Brandon Laidman. Brandon, get on up here.
Oh, no problem, man.
This is a really nice guy. He asked me what my last name was, but he should have asked me my first name because it's Brad.
What did I say, Brandon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish my parents would have named me that. It would have been cool.
I think we fucked your name up 2 out of 3 times you've been here, haven't we?
In college, in the yearbook, they put my name as Lardman and that kind of stuff. I made a punk name for myself. As I'm more of a writer, I made a punk name. I called myself Keith Crime, kind of like Johnny Rotten, which I thought was really original. Originally, my thought was I was going to call myself Vivian Death, but then I looked at the initials and I figured that it would hurt my chances with women. I always fuck up my stuff by talking about the stuff that the other comedians have talked about because, I don't know, I got prepared stuff and then I hear them talk about stuff. I went on a cruise once. A girl broke my heart. And my mom said, go on a cruise, man, it'll cheer you up. If you go on a cruise alone, it is not going to cheer you up because everybody else there is with a woman. You are in jail. You're in jail on that boat. Everybody else is taking a woman down to their cabin and having fun. You're all by yourself. It don't matter how nice the scenery is. It doesn't matter if you get to see Judith Light's stuff where she bought a whole island because she was on that great show, Who's the Boss. It's beautiful, but it don't cheer you up. I walked on that boat and it didn't even leave the shore yet, and I got seasick. Everybody else was learning how to use a life preserver, and they were giving me a shot so I wouldn't throw up. It was a fabulous time. One of the most depressing times in my life. The best part of that trip was that they dropped me off in Miami in Florida, and I got to see Beavis and Butthead Go to America on pay-per-view, and that's an awesome movie. That was the best fun that I had. And pretty much no matter how depressed I am, seeing Beavis and Butthead laugh, it cheers me up, man. To me, I will argue that Mike Judge is talking about, it is a serious satire about the dumbing down of America, and that everything he has done since has the exact same message, but fuck it, man, I just can see those guys laugh for like 8 hours, and I'm happy. And that's a hell of a lot cheaper than one of those goddamn cruises. I did go to Club Med once. Club Med is a much better experience, because the women that go to Club Med, it's like it doesn't count. They're out of the country. They're willing to do anything. It's like what happens, below the border doesn't matter. So they're getting naked. They go with a group of friends. They're willing to do anything. And I had it hooked up. I met a really nice girl, on a Saturday night, and Sunday night was guaranteed. We were going to take a long night on the beach on Sunday night, and something probably would have happened on Sunday night. Unfortunately, my plane left Sunday around noon, which canceled everything out. I never got to see Sunday night. And I've had some sleep problems. I not only have sleep apnea, I got the double whammy, I got insomnia. I had surgery, and after surgery, all they got is that CPAP. And they say, oh man, the CPAP's gonna change your life, man. It's gonna change your life. And the thing is, I got insomnia. Once I was up for 30 straight hours, and they gave me chloral hydrate, which is knockout drops. I took the chloral hydrate. 12 hours later, my mom called the nurse, and she said, he's still up. The nurse said, that's impossible. And that's pretty much been the way people talk about me. They go, man, he's impossible. But the thing is that I got insomnia, and I go to the doctor, and she's like, are you using your CPAP? And I'm like, I tried 1,000 times. I can't fall asleep with it. I can't fall asleep anything. And these doctors, you know what the term they use, the term for not being able to fall asleep with a CPAP is? It's non-compliant. And I'm like, I fucking tried 1,000 times. What's non-compliant about that? And then they say, you're difficult. These doctors got their terms to justify what they are. Terms are interesting. So I had this name, Keith Crime, and I wanted to get an MSN, a Microsoft email account, and I wanted to make it keithcrime at msn.com. And that was not cool because, according to Microsoft, it's a crime to have crime in your email address. So then I'm always looking for loopholes. I follow every law, but you better be specific because I'm going around it. I changed it to keep felony at MSN.com, and that was cool with Microsoft. And I'm thinking, you know, littering's a crime. Felony's a murder. A murder is a felony. I can, according to Microsoft, I can kill somebody, but I can't litter. And it doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm not even here to do comedy. I'm kind of a writer. I'm just here to meet women. Is anybody here interested in dating me? No? Nobody? Really? Yeah. See, that's the thing. I don't even know why I'm here, man. You know, they say it takes a woman about 2 minutes to figure out whether they'll sleep with you. It takes most women about 4 seconds to figure out how long they'll sleep with me, and that's how long it's going to last anyway. So you think that they would be a little bit, you know, nicer to me. You know, like, I still smoke, and if you're on a dating site, smoking just pretty much means that you're never going to meet another woman again. Because that's the red mark, you know? I mean, and everybody lies. Like, you can be smoking 18 packs a day, and they always put, I have an occasional smoke, I occasionally drink, and nobody's religious, they're spiritual. But if you smoke, and the thing is that cigarettes are awesome, and they get a bad rap. I mean, everything about cigarettes is awesome, everybody agrees. The only downside cigarettes have is that they kill you. And people hold that against cigarettes like they're completely worthless just because they kill you. I just think that's a bad rap. I mean, there's 50 great things about them, and then they take this little thing like them killing you, and they tell you not to do that. I mean, I can live with being killed. I mean, you know, people want to kill me all the time. I'd rather die with a hole in my throat at 80 and not have a bunch of anxiety. That's going to happen anyway. But the thing is I used to do really well with women. I'm the most spoiled human being in the history of the world. My mother and my grandmother and my great aunt, my other grandmother, they just did everything for me. I don't know how to do anything. They did everything for me. You know, my grandmother had a TV tray. She'd bring me drinks. She'd pour my drinks. Let me watch TV. One day my aunt was there. I was probably like 27. And my grandmother is buttering my bread. And the thing is that I was spoiled. I don't know how to butter bread. I tear the bread up. And she said, he's a grown man. Don't butter his bread for him. He can do it himself. So then, my grandmother would do anything for me. She'd cook me a steak. She'd bring me drinks. She'd pour the drinks. She wasn't buttering my bread up. And the next time I saw my aunt, I'm like, you bitch, you fucked up my bread action. I worked hard for that shit. So anyway, if you are a woman, I know I don't have a chance with you. I'm not hitting on you. I'm actually just looking for intellectual discussion. Honest to God. You know, like, I moved back to Mayfield Heights, and my mom buys me too much food. I don't like being in Mayfield Heights, but she brings me, like, way too much food. I got everything I need there, but I don't like being in Mayfield Heights, man. They drive crazy in Mayfield Heights. I am not the best driver in the world, but you're at a stoplight and you're listening to music. They treat the stoplights in Mayfield Heights like you're at a drag race or the Indianapolis 500 or something. It turns green and they want you gone. I mean, you take 4-second pause, they're beeping at you like you're a murderer. You know, these people are in a hurry to get nowhere. I studied this thing. Those lights are timed. If you go too fast, you rush to another red light and you sit there and you beep at other people. They're in a hurry to go nowhere. These people cut me off, almost cause accidents, and beep at me like it was my fault. I don't like the drivers, and the thing is I just don't like being beeped at. So the thing is I have a nice car, so it's fast. So sometimes if they beep at me and I think it's unjustified, what I will do is I will go up to a light that is green and I'll just kind of put my blinkers on and I'll just wait there until it's about yellow and just race through it, which is going to get me killed someday. One day a guy was a complete maniac and I ran around him in my car and I just wouldn't let him pass me. He's going to shoot me, but I just was slowly in front of him, and I mean, these people do this in bumper-to-bumper traffic. They will beep at you if there's a 4-foot space in front of you in bumper-to-bumper traffic. That is not going to speed up their day. What are they in such a hurry about? And that's the thing is, you know what the cure is to sleep apnea? Don't have any reason to wake up. If you don't have to go to work, you ain't never tired. Just fucking stay home, man, and sleep. If you're tired, go to sleep. Sleep is enjoyable. Stay home and get high and eat. Somebody staying home and getting high and eating. You never heard them complain about them being tired. Totally solves the situation. I haven't heard a single person complain about sleep apnea that just stays home and gets high all day. She buys me a lot of pudding, and Bill Cosby become a very controversial figure. But there ain't nothing controversial about Jell-O pudding. Jell-O pudding is just good. The only problem I have with Jell-O pudding is they come in those little cups, and that shit's a hassle. What I need is a vat of Jell-O pudding, and they don't sell Jell-O pudding in vats. They sell them in those little cups, probably because it's for kids and they don't want them to eat too much pudding. If they put a vat of Jell-O pudding up for sale, I'd be much happier with a vat of Jell-O pudding. I think that's the answer, because Jell-O pudding is just good. So I've been going to a lot of things, and it's in Cleveland. I'm not really happy that I'm in Cleveland. I went to I went to a thing with an artist thing, and I went to another thing to hear a friend of mine play, and everybody's got a program, and they all go, "Oh man, you gotta come to this, you gotta come to this, you gotta see this," and I'm like, no man, I saw national acts do those songs, I saw the movie, I don't want to see your amateur production, I really don't want your program. They go, "Oh, you gotta see it, you gotta see it." I'm like, yo man, I ain't gotta do nothing. My whole life has been predicated on not doing what people want me to do. I ain't gotta do nothing. I saw the movie, I'll take your program. When you're not looking, I'm gonna throw it out. Wouldn't you rather just save it and give it to somebody else who's actually gonna show up? Not that these people aren't nice people, it's just that, I've got a lot of options. My idea of a good time is not going on a Cleveland historical tour of murders. I used to live across from Alcatraz. I never went to Alcatraz. I'm like, that's a jail, man. Those people didn't want to be there. What do I want to go to there? The movie's Escape from Alcatraz, not Visit Alcatraz. Anyway, I have hemochromatosis. This is how much people hate me. They take blood, the way they deal with hemochromatosis, they take your blood and they throw it away. My blood is not even good enough to save people's lives with. That's how much they hate me. They will not take my blood and use it to save people's lives. They take my blood and they throw it away. My blood is completely worthless. And I think a lot of charities are inefficient. Anybody see that movie Bohemian Rhapsody, remember Live Aid? Yeah, the thing is that they gave a medal to Bob Geldof and he had very good intentions, but nobody actually reads. All that money went to warlords. It went to warlords. The people keeping the food from the hungry people. So what they did was, none of the food got to hungry people. They enriched the warlords that were keeping the money from hungry people. Shouldn't have given him a medal for that, dude, for that. Maybe give him a medal for putting on a kick-ass concert, but not for charity, because none of the money went to charity. I think if you want a charity, get a charity that teaches a deer how to cross a street. It doesn't seem that hard, and deer are pretty smart, they just don't know how to cross the street. I've been doing swimming lately. You got running problems. The reason you got running problems is impact. There's no impact in swimming. And the cool thing about swimming is, don't get a Speedo. Get a pair of baggy swim shorts, because you get a pair of baggy swim shorts, when they dry, they become regular shorts, and then, nobody can tell, whether you have an erection or a small dick after you're done. But these people with the Speedos, they're obviously impressed with themselves. I keep getting marketing ads on how to cure my writing block. I ain't got a writing block, man. I got people that don't want to read the shit I already wrote. It's all marketing. I don't want to buy your marketing thing about I don't got a writing block. The fact that nobody wants to read me, you're all trying to sell me stuff. You know, and like the thing is, I have opinions. People say, yo man, you always think you're right. I'm like, dude, everybody always thinks they're right. I mean, if you got an opinion, hopefully you think you're right. Everybody always thinks you're right. If somebody says something, you know, I try to update myself. I used to live in LA, and then I'm here in Cleveland, and people go, yo man, LA sucks, it's too expensive. Like, dude, people do not pay a fortune to live in a place that sucks by definition. It can't suck if it's that expensive. Thank you very much.
Because I don't like adjusting mic stands. Give it up one more time for Brad Laidman, please.